Right, hello everyone, and welcome back to Warren's Team Talk. I hope that you're all well and having a great day, and you're all really excited and ready for the big festivities tomorrow. So I hope you're all fine and having a great day, and you're all ready and raring to go for tomorrow. And I'd just like to take this opportunity to wish you all a very happy Christmas and a very prosperous, healthy and safe new year for 2022. Let's just hope it's a better year next year than it was this year. That's all I can say. Anyway, guys, before we get started, can I please just ask you to put a like on the video? Please make sure that you subscribe to my channel, and please try and share the content around with as many different people as you possibly can. That would be fantastic. If you could do that for me, I'll be really, really happy. That would be a fantastic Christmas present for me. So if you could do that, I'll be really, really happy. So anyway, without further ado, let's get on with it. So today we're going to review the upcoming Premier League fixtures for Boxing Day and the 27th. Which is actually the weekend as well, funnily enough. Don't normally happen like that, but it has done this this time. And the big news for this set of fixtures is that Burnley's game with Everton has just fallen foul of COVID and other injury issues, and the game's been postponed. We've got chat here from James. Hi, Warren. I hope you're well. Yeah, same to you, mate. I hope you're good and you're looking forward to Christmas and everything, and you're all ready and raring to go, mate. So this is the Premier League table as it was yesterday. And you can see Man City are sitting top there, 3 points clear of second place Liverpool, who in turn themselves are 3 points clear of Chelsea. And then in fourth place, you've got Arsenal, who are sitting 6 points behind Chelsea. West Ham are in fifth, but they have a game in hand on Arsenal, which would take them to win 1 point of fourth place Arsenal. Manchester United are sitting in sixth, 2 games in hand over fourth place Arsenal. And if they win those games, they'll move 1 point ahead of Arsenal into fourth. And then Tottenham in seventh. They have 3 games in hand on Arsenal. And if they win all those games, it will put them into fourth place ahead of Arsenal and Manchester United, because they have they would then at that point have more points than Manchester United as well. Now the bottom 3, we have Burnley, Newcastle and Norwich. Burnley on 11 points, Newcastle on 10 and Norwich on 10. However, Norwich have got a game in hand over Newcastle, and Burnley have games in hand on all those around them. So if they can get themselves out of that, then they can win a couple of those games in hand, it will get them out of the bottom 3. So I've got another chat here from James. I'm glad our game is called off. The season should be halted until the third round of the FA Cup is on, if it's safe to do so. 100%, mate. That's what I think as well. Just have a little break, put your feet up, have a couple of beers, chill out, watch us getting smashed in the Ashes. What better way to spend the Christmas and the New Year? Jesus Christ. I'm not looking to forward to that Ashes tomorrow, mate. We're going to get slapped all over the place. I am a big cricket fan. I mean, I don't know too much about all the different positions and whatnot, but I just love it. And the Aussie Gooner is here. We're getting 3 more points from Norwich, and Tottenham gonna stumble, mate. Hope you're well, mate. Yeah, I'm good, thanks. The Aussie Gooner. Thanks very much for the chat, and thanks very much for coming in here today. I really appreciate it. The only thing is, I have to say, I'm not looking forward to tomorrow. I have to say, seeing us getting slapped all over the place again, like we did the last 2 tests, I think we're going to get smashed again. There's going to be 3-0. They were even talking this morning about Joe Root possibly losing the captaincy if we lose the series 5-0, which I think we will, because he's just so much better than us, unfortunately. James Dunlop says, Liverpool in the semi-finals, Warren. You confident or worried? The fact it's over 2 legs, I think we've got a chance. I really do. But we need to keep a lid on it when we go to Anfield, because the good thing is that the first leg's at the Emirates. If we can go to Anfield with a lead, it'll give us something to defend. And I think, given that it's quite low down Klopp's list of priorities, I think that, and especially with all these backlog of fixtures and all the rest of it, and some of the injury concerns, I think we might turn them over. I really do. But we haven't got a good record at Anfield, so I don't know. One thing's sure, we need to go to Anfield with a lead, because if we don't, it's game over. The Aussie Gooner says, when we play, that is, well, yes. Is it in danger of getting called off the 3rd test? Anyway, and Mr. MK says, good night. Well, hello, sir. I hope you're well, Mr. MK. Nice to see you. Thanks for coming in. I can see another 5-0 thrashing in the Ashes, says James. Mate, you spot on. Spot on. Sometimes a slap is good, mate. Laugh out loud. Might wake you guys up. Yeah, mate. The problem is, I heard an ex-cricket player on the radio, I can't remember who it was, on the radio today, saying that the trouble with the England team is, and I think he's right, that we spent far too much time and effort on concentrating on the white ball games, and that's why our red ball game has suffered. And I think he's right. Do you know what I mean? And, we spent all this time and effort concentrating on the 2020 and the one day games, and we need to concentrate on the bread and butter and the main thing, which is like the test matches. Aussie Gooner says, don't Liverpool lose players due to AFCON, mate? They do, mate. They do. But we do as well, unfortunately. We're going to lose Pepe. We're going to lose El Neni. Not that that's much of a blow, but it's all numbers in the squad, isn't it? Who else have we got? Partey will be going. Partey, Pepe, El Neni, Aubameyang. There's a few of them that are going to be going to the AFCON, and particularly from the midfield area, it's going to make us a bit light. But Ainsley might get a chance, I guess, but we'll see. So the fixtures this weekend, well, Boxing Day, 3 games have gone already, which is the Liverpool Leeds game, Wolves and Watford, that's gone. Burnley and Everton, that's gone. So as it stands at the moment, the games that are on Boxing Day are Man City and Leicester, Norwich against Arsenal, Tottenham against Crystal Palace, West Ham against Southampton, and then the 5:30 kickoff, Aston Villa and Chelsea, and then the 8 p.m. kickoff, Brighton against Brentford, and then on Monday, there's a game at 8 o'clock at the moment, and there's Newcastle against Man United. So let's see when we get there whether these games actually happen or not. So, the Aussie Gooner says, don't Liverpool lose players? I've just read that. Sorry, guys. If we look at the current form of these games, so Liverpool Leeds, that's gone. Wolves against Watford, that's gone. Burnley against Everton, that's gone. So the first one is Man City against Leicester. So in the last 5 games, right, in Manchester City's last 5 home games, they've beaten Leeds 7-0. They beat Wolves 1-0. They beat West Ham 2-1, Everton 3-0, and the first game out of those 5 series was they lost 2-0 at home to Crystal Palace. And then conversely, Leicester, they had a game against their most recent game, which was supposed to be against Everton, that got called off. And then before that, they lost 2-1 away at Aston Villa. They drew 2-2 away at Southampton. 1-1 they drew with Leeds. And then they lost 2-1 at Brentford. So Leicester's current away form isn't that great. So I think this could probably end up being quite a comfortable victory for Man City, to be quite honest. Now, the big one, guys, the Norwich Arsenal game. So Norwich's current form at home has seen them lose 2-0 at home to Aston Villa. They lost 1-0 at home to Manchester United. They drew 0-0 with Wolves. They won 2-1 against Southampton. And they lost 2-1 at home to Leeds. And for me, the big problem with Norwich is goal scoring. That for me, they need. If I was Norwich's manager, I'd be looking to try and sign a striker, because to me, they just don't seem to be able to finish their dinner. They get all these chances, and this has happened a few times this season, and they're not being able to finish. Right, so moving on to Arsenal's away form. In the last 5 away games, Arsenal have won 4-1 at Leeds in a performance which, to my mind, was just outstanding. It really was, especially the first half. I've got some question marks about Granit Xhaka's tackle. He really needs to cut that out of his game. He really does. But to be honest, I'd prefer it if he wasn't at the club, but still, never mind. And then before that, we lost 2-1 at Everton, 3-2 at Man United, 4-0 at Liverpool, and then 1-2-0 at Leicester. So really, you'd have to fancy Arsenal will win this game, and I reckon they probably will by about 2-3-0, maybe, hopefully. So there's some more chats here. And James Dunlop says the 3 games that are called off I predicted earlier this week: Liverpool 4, Leeds 0, Wolves 2, Watford 0, and Burnley 1, Everton 1. Yeah, I thought the Burnley-Everton game would be a 1-1 draw. I really did, but we might have to have an old style pools panel for this one, mate, if this carries on, all these games keep getting called off. And then James Dunlop says Norwich under Dean Smith look more organised, but like you said, they lack goals. Yeah, absolutely. They do look more organised, but the problem I think they've got is with scoring the goals. So, yeah, but let's move on. So the next game is the Tottenham Hotspur and Crystal Palace match. Tottenham's last 5 home games have seen them draw 2-2 with Liverpool. They won 3-0 against Norwich, 2-0 against Brentford, 2-1 against Leeds, and they lost 3-0 to Manchester United. They lost 3-0 to Manchester United, which ultimately I think was the game that cost Nuno his job. But obviously this is just Premier League fixtures. It doesn't include the Carabao Cup ties because, as we all saw, West Ham come a cropper against Tottenham in the League Cup in the week. And also, just everyone, I forgot to mention earlier, anyone who hasn't done it already, please subscribe to the Aussie Gooner. He's got an excellent channel where he talks about the Arsenal and gives fantastic analysis. It is, honestly, it's the best analysis I've seen on YouTube of Arsenal's matches. It really is. I love the way he breaks it down because, as you probably all seen, I'm really like the stats and all the rest of it. It's my best subject at school, by the way, so there's no surprise there. But no, he breaks things down really well. And he's got a really positive attitude about the Arsenal, which is nice. And yeah, he's a top man. And he also gets involved, I think, with this other channel called the Football Republic, which is a bunch of Aussie guys. Correct me if I'm wrong, Aussie Gooner, but you get involved with this Football Republic thing. This is an Aussie group of Aussie guys who love Premier League football, and they talk about the Australian football, not Aussie rules, but soccer and the Australian league there. So it's very interesting and a great show. So there's always a lot of banter and whatnot, and it's great. It really is great. So, Palace's last 5 away games. Their most recent away game against Watford got called off. They lost 1-0 to Manchester United. They've lost 1-0 to Leeds and then drew 3-3 with Burnley and won 2-0 at Manchester City. So that was a great result for them. So, yeah, it's been a bit up and down with Palace, to be fair. So it could be an interesting game. But Tottenham seem to be in a reign of good form at the moment. Not really a surprise, really, when you see the quality of the manager they've got in charge. He's top draw manager, in my opinion. So I'm not surprised to see them doing really well. And for me, I hate to say it, but I think they're favourites to getting that top 4, that final top 4 place. But you never know. We might catch Chelsea and finish 3rd. That'd be brilliant. So next game, West Ham against Southampton. Last 5 home games. We've seen Chelsea, seen West Ham win 3-2 against Chelsea at the London Stadium. They then drew 1-1 with Brighton and then won 3-2 against Liverpool, won 1-0 against Tottenham, but lost 2-1 at home to Brentford. Conversely, Southampton's last 5 away games have seen them draw 2-2 with Crystal Palace. They lost 3-0 at Arsenal. They lost 4-0 at Liverpool. They lost 2-1 at Norwich. And they won 1-0 at Watford. So that's the form for West Ham and Southampton going into this game. And I think West Ham are in dire need of a victory because they've been in the pretty bad form of late, and they need to get that challenge for the top 4 back on track and get a win under their belt and rebuild some of the confidence they had earlier in the season because they were playing so well. But like I say, of late, things seem to have sort of come off the rails a little bit. But maybe if they can get a win against Southampton, it'll help kickstart things for them. Right, hold on, so what's going on here? Right, okay, so we'll talk about that one in a minute. It's just see what James is saying. James has put a comment in saying, hit the likes and subscribe, guys. Thanks a lot, James. I really appreciate that, mate. Thank you very much for doing that. And the Aston Villa Chelsea match. Right, so in Aston Villa's last 5 home games, their most recent game should have been against Burnley on the 18th of December. That game got called off due to COVID and everything else. They did win 2-1 on the 5th of December against Leicester. And then on the 1st of December, they lost 2-1 against Manchester City. And then before that, they lost 2-0 at home to Brighton on the 20th of November. And then finally on Halloween, they lost 4-1 at home to West Ham. Now, Chelsea, on the other hand, their most recent away game saw them draw 0-0 with Wolves. They lost 3-2 at West Ham. They won 2-1 at Watford. Won 3-0 at Leicester and 3-0 at Newcastle. Now, the thing with Chelsea is that they seem to be slipping a little bit at the moment as well, and they've slipped off the title race a little bit. So they'll be desperately looking to try and get their title charge back on track again after some disappointing results. And because they seem to be struggling to score goals. So hopefully they can get some confidence by beating Aston Villa. But Villa, it's going to be a tough game for them because Steven Gerrard seems to be doing a really good job with Villa after coming down from Rangers. So it'll be an interesting game to see, and let's see what happens with that one. The next game up sees Brighton play Brentford, and Brighton's last 5 home games have seen them lose 1-0 against Wolves. The game before that saw them have the game before that was against Tottenham, and that got postponed. And then they also drawn 0-0 with Leeds. They drew 1-1 with Newcastle and lost 4-1 to Manchester City. So it's another team that's had a bit of a poor run of form of late. And then Brentford, their last 5 away games have seen them draw 2-2 with Leeds. They lost 2-0 at Tottenham. They've drawn 3-3 with Newcastle, lost 3-1 at Burnley, and won 2-1 at West Ham. So, be another interesting one, because I get the impression that there's been a slight improvement with Brentford of late, but Brighton, on the other hand, they seem to be struggling a bit. So it'll be an interesting game, and I'll be interested to see how that one pans out. And James has put another chat in. I can see Chelsea slipping up at Villa. Yeah, I can as well, mate, because Stevie G, he looks like he's doing a really, really good job, and he looks like he's turned Villa around, really, after being appointed. And it'd be interesting to see what happens. And Taib Hussein has popped in and said, "Hi, Warren." Hi, Taib. Nice to see you, mate. I've just seen your email earlier today. I am going to respond to you, so don't worry. I've got it in my thing. I'll be doing that a bit later. Excuse me, guys. I've got something wrong with my nose. I don't know what's wrong with it. It's just really itching. Anyway, moving swiftly on. Taib says, I had a dream. Hey, Taib, for these dreams again. Warren, I had a dream that I spat my dummy out when I saw Arteta on TV. Laugh out loud. Mate, I think you better get used to seeing him, because I don't think he's going anywhere soon, mate, unfortunately. As much as I'd hate to say it, I think we're stuck with him, to be quite honest. Because, things seem to be working out for him at the moment. How long that will last, though, as soon as we come up against Man City on New Year's Day, I think it'll be normal service resumed and we'll get slapped. But there you go. We'll see. But your dreams, mate, they're hilarious. James Dunlop says, hi, Taib. And Taib says, hi, James. And right. So the next game, I think this might even be the last one. Let me just have a quick look. Yeah, it's the last one of the weekend. This is the game that's going to be played on the 27th. It's between Newcastle United and Manchester United. And this has always, down the years, been a really intense game. I remember the battles that Kevin Keegan used to have with Alex Ferguson and the whole, you tell him from me that I will love it if we beat them. Love it. Any of you who don't know what I'm talking about, go on to YouTube and do a search for Kevin Keegan rant at Alex Ferguson, and then you'll be able to see what I'm talking about. Basically, what happened was that Newcastle and Man United were going head-to-head for the league title, and Ferguson decided to start playing mind games with him, and Kevin Keegan couldn't handle it, and he cracked. And he lost it in an interview after a game one night, and he went into one, and he famously said, and you tell him from me, talking about Alex Ferguson, that we're still in a title race, and they've got to go to Leeds and get something. And I'm telling you, from me, I will love it if we beat them. Love it. James Dunlop says that was another great classic fixture in the early days of the Premier League. That Keegan ran his mental. Laugh out loud. Yeah, I mean, the thing is with Keegan, he was so passionate about football. He absolutely loved the game. I loved his passion. Completely and utterly tactically inept. He could have won the title with that Newcastle team if he just made a few little changes, but he wouldn't do it. I remember looking at his team, and it looked like he was trying to create a side with 11 strikers in it. It was just crazy. But anyway, so this game, Newcastle, in their last 5 games, they won 1-0 at home to Burnley. They've drawn 1-1 away at Norwich. They've drawn, one way away to Norwich. They drew 1-1 at home to Norwich. They drew 3-3 at home with Burnley. Lost 3-0 at home to Chelsea and lost 3-2 against Tottenham. So there's been some slight improvement under Eddie Howe. So it'd be interesting to see what happens when they play United, to be honest. Manchester United's last 5 away games saw their game at Brentford getting called off because of the old doodah. And then Norwich, they won 1-0 at Norwich with a hotly disputed penalty. I thought it was a penalty, but Norwich didn't. Chelsea, they drew 1-0. Watford, they lost 4-1. And they won 3-0 away at Tottenham. So, and Taib says, Warren, we can trust Arteta's fuck ticks, laugh out loud. Yes, mate. I think you hit the nail on the head there, mate. Unfortunately, you probably can. We can't trust Arteta's tactics. Yeah, we can't. Can't trust the process. We can't trust his tactics. No. And James Dunlop says, 12 points, they were ahead of United at one stage and they blew it. Crazy. But yeah, that's absolutely right, James. And it used to happen with United all the time. It was a nightmare. If you were in front of them at the top of the table and they were chasing you down, it was horrible because you knew you had to win practically every game because they'd hunt you down. They really would. Arsenal Alex says, afternoon, mate. Happy Christmas to you. Thank you, Arsenal Alex. It's great to see you, mate. I hope you're well. I hope you're looking forward to tomorrow, and I wish you and your family a very happy Christmas too as well, sir. And it goes to everyone in the chat. I want to wish you all a very happy Christmas and a safe and healthy new year for 2022. Taib says, Alex, hi, mate. And James Dunlop says, I know what your present to Arteta would be, a P45. Yeah, mate. Oh, that would give me so much pleasure. It really would. Just there you go. I think you need to have a read of that and take some action. And Arsenal Alex says, cheers, mate. You're very welcome, sir. I'm happy to see you here. I really am. So that is the current form of the teams in the Premier League this upcoming weekend. So my predictions for this weekend's fixtures are as follows. Leeds against Liverpool, I went for a 5-0 win for Liverpool. I just think Leeds are all over the shop and they would have got an absolute spanking. So I bet they're absolutely delighted that this game has got called off. Wolves against Watford, I went for Wolves to win it by 1-0 because Wolves will only look defensively solid. They don't seem to be scoring that many goals. Burnley against Everton, I thought Everton would win the game. I think there's been a slight improvement of late with Everton, and I think that Burnley wouldn't be able to cope with them, really. I think Everton would just have a little bit too much for them, and Everton would run out 2-1 winners. Man City against Leicester, I think Man City would win the game fairly comfortably by 3-1. Norwich City against Arsenal, I think Arsenal will win by 2-1. I just think Arsenal, although Norwich have improved, I don't think they can score. And if Arsenal get their noses in front, then I think that'll be it. It'll be game over. The thing that will be difficult for Arsenal is if Arsenal fall behind. If Arsenal fall behind and they're losing at half-time, I think Norwich got a really good chance of winning the game because I can't remember. I don't think he's ever done it. Arteta hasn't been able to turn round or change the tactics for in a match where Arsenal are losing sufficiently so that Arsenal can go on and win a game. So yeah, I looked at it the other day, and in the Premier League, he's certainly not done it. Whether he's done it in other games, I really don't know, but he certainly hasn't been able to turn a losing situation into a winning one for Arsenal since he's been manager, which is shocking, really. Tottenham against Crystal Palace, I think Tottenham will edge this one by 2-1. West Ham against Southampton, given West Ham's poor current form, I'm going for a 1-1 draw. Aston Villa against Chelsea, I'm going for Chelsea to win this game by 1-0. Brighton against Brentford, I think that would be a 0-0 draw. And lastly, I'm going for Man United to win 2-0 at Newcastle. So James Dunlop says Terry's present to Arteta would be a lifetime contract. It probably would be. And do you remember what? What's his name? Oh God, it's terrible. Excuse me, I'm just trying to remember something. Do you remember what his brother-in-law said? That they're going to, when they're having Christmas dinner with him, and Terry's going round there for Christmas dinner, and they're going to put a picture of Arteta on the Christmas turkey. I'm telling you, I wish I I wish with all my heart that I could be a fly on the wall when they put that turkey on the table, because I'd love to see Terry's face. It would be an absolute picture. It really would. It'd be absolutely hilarious. Taib says, I took a small tin of cat food for the cat at work. It wouldn't let me put it in the plastic container. It wanted the food right away. So I just placed the tin on the floor. What are you talking? That's hilarious. Oh my goodness, Taib. You really do come out with some absolute classics, mate. And James has put his predictions in. Man City 2, Leicester 1. Norwich 0, Arsenal 2. Tottenham 2, Palace 1. And West Ham 3, Southampton 1. Villa 1, Chelsea 1. Brighton 1, Brentford 1. And Newcastle 0, Man United 2. There you go. Some great predictions there, mate. Do you just wonder, do any of you ever go and, do put bets on football? Like, because I remember years ago I used to, and I used to love this one. Well, I used to do the pools for a start, right? And then I went and moved up and I did this thing at the bookies where you can pick 2 or 3 games from each section. You'd have about 6 games in each section, and you'd be able to choose one from each section, or 2 from each section, or 3 from each section. And I remember one time I did a bet for 3 from each section, and I got every single one right except for 2, which meant I didn't win anything. But if I'd won, if these 2 results had come in for me, it would have meant that I would have won about 30 grand, right? The 2 games that let me down, right? One of them was in Scotland, and Rangers lost at home to Hamilton Academicals, right? Many people have said that this is the root cause of my severe dislike of Rangers, right? And the other game, I can't even remember what it was. But Rangers hadn't lost at home for about nearly 2 years at this point. And they lost 1-0 at home to Hamilton Accies. So it was crazy. I just could not believe that they lost. And the other game was also the other game that let me down. The result in that game was almost as bad. It was just crazy. That's if all these games go ahead, says James. Yeah, exactly, mate. And Taib says, Warren, do you really want to be a fly? Whoops, what happened there? Warren, do you really want to be a fly? I'd hate to be one, laugh at that. I just want to be a fly so I can see what Terry's face would do when he sees that turkey coming in with a picture of Arteta on it. Well, I think it'd be priceless. I'd absolutely love it. And James Dunlop says, I'd never really bet on football. Whenever the Grand National horse racing is due to be on, me and my dad bet on the horse we pick. Just go for a bit of fun. Yeah. Well, I don't do it anymore. I haven't done it for years, but I just did it a couple of times. But then after that issue with Rangers, I just packed it in because I just realised it was a mugs game. And it is really. I wouldn't encourage anyone to get involved with gambling because it is a mugs game. How many poor bookies do you ever see? Do you know what I mean? So, yeah, don't do it, guys. Don't throw your money away. You're better off just putting £1 or whatever you want to bet into a big tin, and then at the end of the year, go and get your tin and spend it on something nice for either your loved ones. So this is the fixtures for this coming weekend. Right, there's 2 games on Boxing Day at 12:30. Well, they were due to be, but both of them have been called off. That was the Liverpool Leeds game and the Wolves Watford game. Then the 3 o'clock kickoffs are Burnley against Everton, Man City against Leicester, Norwich against Arsenal, Tottenham against Crystal Palace, and West Ham against Southampton. Now, the Burnley game has been called off. At this point, I'm not sure if I'm going to do a match day live or not on Boxing Day. I might be having some guests, so if that happens, I won't be able to do the match day live, but I'll let you guys know. And then we've got a game at 5:30, which is Aston Villa against Chelsea. And then at 8 o'clock, we've got Brighton against Brentford, and Newcastle against Manchester United is on Monday at 8 o'clock. So that's the games for the 26th and the 27th. So let me just check something. So, yeah, basically, if I don't do a match day live on Sunday, there's a load of fixtures on Tuesday. I'll probably do one then because we've got 3 games on Tuesday, which is Palace against Norwich, Southampton against Spurs, and Watford against West Ham. So if I don't do one on Boxing Day, then I'll certainly do one on Tuesday. So, but I'll keep you informed. I'll do a quick YouTube short video to let you all know what's going on. And Taib says, have you ever gone into a supermarket and the product you want is out of stock? So annoying, isn't it? Mate, that happens to me all the bloody time. And it happens to me with the online shopping as well. They'll just replace it with something different. And some of the choices they make about what they're going to replace it with is bizarre, I'd have to say. But there you go. Anyway, yeah, so I just want to big up the Gooner Claude Trust. As you all know, Claude from AFTV sadly died earlier in the year. And his daughter and a couple of fellas from the Claude and the Bansters channel set up a trust in his memory, and it gives disadvantaged people the opportunity to go to a game at the Arsenal in really exclusive seating. I think it's the top level that you can get. It's a platinum part of the ground. So, yeah, it's a really, really good charity, and they give opportunities to disabled people in particular and kids as well to attend matches. So, yes, well worth supporting. There'll be a link to the Gooner Claude Trust in the description of this video. And some other great YouTube channels to check out, especially if you're an Arsenal fan, is the old Skool Gunner. He's been supporting Arsenal since 1992. He discusses all things Arsenal and brings you insightful Arsenal content. The 3 Pointers TV, they bring you cutting-edge watch-alongs, news, gossip, and many other topics relating to Arsenal. Arsenal Alex brings you all things Arsenal, including instant match reactions, and his match reactions are top quality, mate. They really are. He comes on and he says more insightful stuff inside 30 seconds than what most other people take about half an hour to say, myself included, right? Drawn by Dre brings you top quality Arsenal related content, including his highly rated and excellent possession-based podcast. The Aussie Gooner, who was in the chat earlier, I don't know if he's still here or not, but He discusses all things Arsenal from an Aussie perspective, and his analysis of Arsenal is top quality. It really is. And then last but not least, there's Claude and the Bansta's channel. And the channel is presented by two guys, one called Diesel and one called Terry, who are both really passionate Arsenal supporters. And invariably, when they're on stream together, it usually ends up in a massive tear up. The two of them have like furious, heated discussions about most of the time. It's about Mikel Arteta's suitability to be Arsenal manager, and like I say, it just ends in a massive tear up. And they're really great guys, really lovely fellas. I love both of them. And if you're watching, guys, I really miss your streams. So please come back and do another stream soon. And I think I speak for most of us from the Claude and the Bansta's channel community. And when I say that we really miss you and we love your work and we wish you both well and wish you both a really happy Christmas and safe and healthy New Year. And please come back soon because we miss you. And there are links to all these channels in the video description. Go and check them out. Put a like on their videos, share their content around, and subscribe to them. I'm sure you won't be disappointed, that's for sure. So that's some other YouTube channels I thought you'd enjoy. Taib says, "Well, would you shave your hair if Arteta won the league?" Mate, I'm that confident that he'll never win the league. If they win the league under his management, I will go out fucking naked, mate. I will go outside and I will go around the place, start bollock naked. There you go. That's how confident I am that they won't win the league. And James Donlock says, "I wish Claude's family a safe and happy Christmas." Yeah, amen to that, mate. And I fully back that comment. And big up to yourself, James. 100%. And James Dunlop says, "Same to Terry and Diesel as well." Yeah, absolutely. James, I've been meaning to contact you because I want to try and set up a date for you to come on the channel and talk about Everton and your thoughts about it. So I've just been really busy the last couple of weeks. But just if you can think of a couple of dates you'd like to do it, if you needed some help preparing any stats or anything like that, let me know and I can get that sorted out for you. But just drop me, put a comment in one of the videos or drop me an email. Let me put the email address in there about when you want to do it. Try not to make it on a Saturday when I'm going to be doing like match day live because it gets a bit mad on a Saturday, really. But any other day that you want to do it, just let me know and we can get it sorted out. And James says, "I'll try and work out when it's best to do that video, mate." Yeah, I really want to do it for you. I want to give you the opportunity to voice your opinion about it and say what you want to say and so on and so forth. It'd be great. It really will. And that's the email address to contact me on. And just to let you all know, I put out another video earlier today, which was all about Arsenal's 1993-94 season, when Arsenal went into Europe and won the European Cup Winners' Cup. And they won that by defeating Parma 1-0 in the final when Parma had Gianfranco Zola. They had Faustino Asprilla and Thomas Brolin playing in the side, and the mighty Arsenal went and slapped them, basically. So yeah, that's it. So that's the end of my video. I'm planning to try and come on probably late tomorrow afternoon to do a stream. I'm not sure if I'm going to be able, like I say, if I'm going to be able to do the match day live on Sunday, because I think I might be having guests, but I'll let you all know as soon as possible. Anyway, guys, have a great day tomorrow. Hopefully I'll see you all again tomorrow, but take care of yourselves. Have a great time, and I'll look forward to seeing you all again really soon. Thanks for coming on, and thanks for everyone who's watched this. Please don't forget to put a like on the video. Please don't forget to subscribe, and please don't forget to share it around as well. That'd be fantastic. And James Dunlop says, cheers, Warren. Have a wonderful Christmas, mate. Same with everyone in the chat. Stay safe, guys. 100%. 100% back what James has just said. Please stay safe. And please have a great time. Enjoy yourselves. Have a great Christmas. And please share some love and kindness around the world. Keep talking. And yeah, I'll look forward to seeing you all again soon. But this one last chat from Taib. Warren, don't go. Laugh out loud. Mate, I've got things I need to do. Sorry, buddy. But I'm going to look at your email and I'll message you probably later tonight. Take care, guys. And have a great rest of your day. Thanks very much for watching. I really do appreciate it.